Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another edition of SportsShop27. I'm your host, Jermaine Colter. And to my far right, we got Kevin Johnson, KJ. And in the middle, today's special guest, can't believe it, former Notre Dame, former Carolina Panther, former New Orleans Saints,
real deal,
Orangeburg, South Carolina, blue chip, All-American,
All-American,
Shrine Bowl participant,
Shrine Bowl,
state champion in track,
state champion, baby.
You name it all. He's the blueprint from my high school. Deveron Harper.
In the house. What's up, man?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
We doing good, man.
So glad to have
you on the show, bro.
Man, thank you for inviting me, man. I was when I got the invite, man, I was very excited, man. So it's always happy. I'm always happy to do something for the hometown, man.
You know it, man. Bruins forever, Bruins for life, you know. So let the people know that don't know you, man, where you from and a little bit about your background, bro.
Yeah. Man, well, I'm from Orangeburg, South Carolina, Oberg, you know. So very, very, you know, it's a town. You have everything. So it really taught me a lot of culture. You know, I grew up on 1658 Q Street. That's near the Edisto Drive off of Godova Road, and you know, very simple beginnings, and just Orangeburg raised me, man. Just the people around me, just taught me everything that I know today, and I'm just still applying it. You know.
That's great, man. That's great. So let the people know how you got started, man. Like, what was some of your influence and why you ended up playing sports, and tell the people a little bit about all the sports that you played besides football too, coming up.
Wow. Well, yeah, man, it's been a long journey. I mean, I'm honored for you guys to call me the blueprint, but man, I'm telling you, there were a couple prints before me, you know, that kind of showed me the way, you know, of how to you know, make it happen. You know, one of my goals happened. So, cool. You know, I can remember as a little boy, this is like in the mid '80s, man, and we had our little TV with the dial. You like, you ever heard that dial? Yeah, we had that TV, and man, let me tell you, I think my dad was like, "Yo, they got Rusty Russell on, man. He's playing right now for the Orlando Predators, you know." And I got a chance to see Rusty Russell on television, you know. So I was big for seeing somebody from my hometown, you know, on television, you know, playing ball, you know, and so. Yeah. You know, from there, man, from Big Russ, man, my big brother D Hart came into the scene in the NFL and had a great.
I don't know. That's Deveron Harper from the San Diego Chargers.
Yeah, so Big Russ he showed me the way back in '88, and he went into the NFL and started balling, you know. And the good thing he did was, you know, if you don't know, with the NFL back then, man, you only worked like 6 months, only the season. So after the season, you just went home, you know, and so Dwayne would come home, you know, at 6 months. He was staying with my mom and dad, you know, and he would just come back, and that allowed him to go out to the field at OW and, you know, work out with all the former talent, you know, all the ballers, man, Donnie Abraham, Mo Kelly, all those boys, you know, to develop them, man, and hopefully inspire them, you know. And so it was something he really enjoyed, man, and coming out, you know. And like I said, you know, Mo Kelly came through. Then Donnie Abraham came through. Then you had Arturo. Arturo was a few years ahead of me, you know. But, you know, and I'm just talking about the guys who were blessed to go to the NFL. But we had a lot of talent, you know, that still went to school, you know. Yes. And so it was just the journey. I was saying it was a couple prints, man, before me, you know, as far as, you know, getting into school, man. And so just seeing all those guys, man, before me, you know, do it. And, you know, and the guys after me, you know, that still came up like you guys, you know. Let me tell you, Jermaine. All right, so you was like a freshman, you know, like when you but let me tell you were always memorable, man, because I don't know what it was about you. It's like when you call me, it's like I knew you would be doing something like this, you know. And I don't know what it was. I think you was like you was a young buck, but you always look mad now. You always look mad when I saw you, but I was like, man, that kid got a lot of confidence, man, I think he's going to do something special, you know? And so that's how I always saw you. So when you said you had your own show, man, it was no surprise to me.
Yeah.
To me, man. It's like back then I saw this in you, you know? So
hey, man.
I'm just happy to see it come to fruition.
Well, when I was coming up, man, in school, I just got to give you your flowers, man. Like, you, to me, like 3 years ahead, you did everything that you were supposed to do. You know what I mean? School, work, you know what I mean? Grades, always in the weight room, always being vocal, always out on the track. I mean, two-sport athlete. I mean, your pops was my middle school coach. You know what I mean? So it was real good to know that, you know what I'm saying, I had somebody that really knew what they wanted. And like, I knew that you wanted to do this, and it happened for you. So you was the first person I seen that really wanted to do it, and it happened for him. I mean, that was the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? So, man. In my 4 years of high school, I appreciate it, dog.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. I mean, I did it for my teammates, to be honest with you.
You did. You're the most selfless person I met. You mean, like, since we were middle school, you know what I mean? So wow. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, I love you guys, man. I loved everybody I played with, all my teammates, you know, and I just wanted to just, you know, make my city proud, you know. I love Orangeburg, and I just wanted to do my best, you know, and hopefully inspire some ones behind me. So it worked out well for me.
I appreciate that, man. So go ahead, KJ.
Yeah, so he didn't play Pop Warner with y'all.
Yeah, he did everything. Yeah.
Hey, man. So KJ, that's where it all started. It started, you know, in Pop Warner, man. I never forget, man. My mom, she missed to sign me up the first year I could play, man.
Oh, you was mad.
Man, I was so hurt and disappointed, man. I couldn't play ball, and but you know, she got me signed up the next year and got me going into football and Coach Antley's Barbecue now. Okay. That was actually my coach, and you know, developing with him, you know, and you know, the great thing about football in Orangeburg was that, you know, we all grew up together, you know, and so we all grew up playing ball together, you know, like, you know, kids, they don't have that. So it was so cool because all my high school teammates, we played Little League together, you know.
Exactly. We were teammates for life.
Yeah, we came up playing together, so we knew each other and already had a love for each other. So it made things real easy, man. But you know, of course, playing football, and I got started with OTC track, Orangeburg Track Club, with Papa Johnson, man. Introduced me to you know, track, and James introduced me to track. You know, some of my coaches.
Yes, sir.
And from there, you know, went on to middle school. I was blessed to have my dad coach me. Yeah, school, you know? And then Coach Williams and Coach Elson, can't forget about them. You know, on our middle school team, we did win a championship in middle school.
I remember that.
Shout out to all my teammates for that chip. But it was just real cool through middle school. And I did play some baseball, and you know, did most of my football and track. Baseball was kind of slow for me, so I really wasn't.
What position?
Thing, you know.
What position in baseball?
Man, they threw me in the outfield, man.
Oh, come on, man.
They threw me in the outfield, like, hey, go out there, go back there, and just wait in case somebody hit, you know. And you know, they wasn't hitting anything.
Wait, pick the grass out on this board, man. You know,
man, just bored, you know. And so, but I didn't play too. I basically was just football and track, you know. And then you know, in high school, man, I had some. Of course, you know, I had some great coaches, man. Got started with Coach Brown, you know, my freshman year, who, you know, started it off, you know, teaching me the fundamentals of the game, taught first coach to teach me about the keys in the game, you know, and I also had my big bro to kind of bring me in too. But having that day-to-day, you know, constant coaching was big for me, you know. And so, you know, a lot of coaches during high school were good. We had a great staff, you know. Coach Gohagan was our track coach. And go would break us down every day in track practice, you know, and we be out to work. We work hard, you know, and you know, it was just hard work, you know, and just prepared me for, you know, down the road in college. It was easy for me, you know.
Everybody said college was easy when we left high school,
Yeah, it was easy for me, you know. Coach Brown and Coach Norman, you know, was my wide receiver coach.
Yep.
Who just, you know, taught me a lot, man, and with his experience, you know, and so it was just man, I just can't explain it. It was just the right place, right time. It's everything. We loving each other and just making it happen. So it was good.
So talk about some of the teammates you played with when you first came into high school, like some of the blue chip All-Americans that took you under the wing. And then you could talk about some of the players that helped made you, you know, who you were, you know what I'm saying, going to Notre Dame and then you could talk about the recruiting process as well. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, man, you know, my freshman year, you know, I started off at quarterback, you know, and then we had David Ray was our starting quarterback. So shout out to David Ray. And he actually taught me how to run the hurdles too in track. So
okay.
Shout out to David for helping me with that because he ran hurdles also. So that was real cool. And, you know, Eddie Schuler, quarterback, and of course my homeboy, one of my best friends, Patrick Sharpson, was a quarterback also, you know. And so we were all working together, you know, our freshman year. But on that team, we had some real talented players, man. I know David Ray went to Air Force, and we had a defensive end go to Carolina, Damian Carolina, and then a few other cats went to school also, who did really well on that squad, you know. And so from there, you know, we had guys after that went to college, whether it was Arturo, went to college, Justin. It was tons of us that went to school. You know, my mind's going now.
Al Robinson.
Yeah, Duck, man. Duck was my other corner. So,
yes, sir.
Duck, man, we had a lot of love for each other, man, teaching each other the game and technique, and because we were both technicians, you know. And so that was real cool. Duck balling at South Carolina State, man. So it was a good time, man.
Cool.
It was a good time.
All right. So let the people that don't know, man, who's your quarterback in high school, man?
And my quarterback, man, was Woody Dantzler, man, Woodrow, you know.
Yes, sir.
Wood was my quarterback, man, and you know, he man, you know, Wood was special, man. He was special. He could throw that ball, you know, and he could throw that ball, and we go get it for him, you know. So I mean, my receiver core was me, Pat, you know, Bernard Kit, you know, was out there, and D Hart. I can't forget about D Hart, you know. So we were all together, man. We worked hard, and we were very fortunate to have a guy like Woody just throwing it to us, man. So he made it real easy. So cool.
So you know, you had like a blue chip career, you know, played as a freshman, played with some other blue chip All-Americans, you know, from high school. Then you went to the Shrine Bowl. Talk about playing both sides of the ball during that era, you know, playing receiver and defensive back and making it to the Shrine Bowl and playing with some of the top players in South Carolina in your era.
Man, it was great. You know, it really gave me confidence, you know, because I felt like I could compete with anybody, you know, week in and week out. You know, as I was going through the weeks, you know, we were having a good year, you know, my senior year, you know. So we actually won the region champs that year, you know. So we had a lot of talent, a lot of brothers who played for each other, and you know, making it to the Shrine Bowl was just because of my teammates. You know what I'm saying? You know, Jermaine, my biggest offensive lineman was maybe like 200 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And
rest in peace, Shelton, man.
Yeah, man, my dogs were blocked for us, man. And
dogs down there, they was undersized, but they had heart, man.
Yeah, it had a lot of heart, man. And so we just stuck together, man, had a great year. And I was fortunate enough to make it to the Shrine Bowl that year. And Shrine Bowl, I met a lot of, you know, I put that all-star team against anybody, really. I mean, we had, you know, Courtney Brown, we had Sean Ellis, you know, Stan the Man from Dillon, you know. Who else, man? There's a lot of talent on that team, man. I can't think of my cornerback name. Went to Clemson too. I can't think of it right now, man. Maybe I remember it later, but I put that all-star team against anybody.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Talk about the recruiting process, man. You had like so many big coaches coming to our school during lunch. My freshman year, I'm like, okay, that's Bobby Bowden coming. I wonder who he's coming to get. And then the next week, I see Lou Holtz.
Yeah.
The next week, I see Brad Scott. The next week, I see Tommy West or Tommy Bowden. Like,
bringing them in.
You had your pick. You could have went anywhere. Why did you chose Notre Dame?
Man, Jermaine, let me tell you, this is a crazy story, and this is the first time I really, told this story, man. But
we got the exclusive right here on the SportsShop27.
Man, let me tell you, that recruiting was crazy, man. It was kind of like, because everything was happening so fast, man, and it was hard to really take everything in. Yeah. But it was just a great experience, number one. But let me tell you, like that entire recruiting process, I was kind of upset about it. I was upset about it, and here's the reason why. Because, man, my dream school was an HBCU.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So my dream school was an HBCU, right? But no, let me tell you, let me give credit to Coach Jeffries. Coach Jeffries called me, and Coach Jeffries offered me a scholarship. And I'm grateful to Coach Jeffries for that. However, man, I wanted to go away, and growing up, like when Dwayne went to the league, Moses, Ace Mosley. I don't know if you know Ace Mosley, but Ace Mosley went to Howard. And for some reason, man, I thought Ace was coolest dude, man. I thought Ace was cool. He had that DC swag to him, had the little boots with the fur on it, and little jeans. I thought Ace was cool, man. I was like, man, I think I'd like to go to Howard,
Word.
And so through the whole process, I was just like, man, I like all these coaches, spending time with me or contacting me, yep. And HBCUs really didn't show me any love, and so as 18-year-old, you just like, you all in your feelings at that point,
Yeah, for real.
When I 20 years later, or a few years later, I understood it from talking to some coaches, and that I was highly recruited, and they thought that it would be a waste of their time.
Exactly. That's what happened. He was so big that none of the small schools would come. And when they came, they was looking for somebody else, thinking that he was already had his mind made up to go elsewhere. So, I mean, it was to the point where he wouldn't even come to school because the coach was looking for him. Like he wouldn't. It got so much pressure for him. Like with Deveron, it's like he got coach here. He was like, I don't know. He was frustrated. And I was like, no, he in a good position. But it was just a lot of pressure at that time at 18. And it was the biggest coaches at the time. And they were winning national championships. All of them had national championships. Holtz, Bobby Bowden. So he had a lot on his plate.
Yeah, man. Look, I sat down in all those offices, man. And, it was a crazy process. But let me finish it. How'd I get to Notre Dame? And, of course, I had all those coaches coming, right? And so I never forget it, man. I'm in the gym. And I'm just watching the kids. I'm not even playing. I'm just watching the kids play in the gym. You know what I'm saying? All my peers or whatever. And Coach Gogo comes up to me, right? And you know how Coach Gogo is. So it's
running back coach.
Yeah, Coach Gogo. And I was just telling him stories like, man, I thought like more HBCUs would recruit me, And he was like, man, yeah, And it's crazy. Gogo, went to South Carolina State, And so we just talked about it, whatever. And all of a sudden, Gogo like looks at me. He's like, bitch, I carry my ass to Notre Dame.
So Gogo was influenced, big dog.
So man, Gogo kind of put that. He's like, man, I was like, well, you know what? That ain't bad at all. You know what I'm saying? Because Lou Host came to my house, man, sat on our little plaid couch, man, and and I had a great conversation, and it was the best decision of my life. Put it like that. It was the best decision of my life, going to Notre Dame, because of what it gave me and instilled in me, and it's still doing for me today, man. So I'm very grateful. Like they say, God has a plan for your life, and it was Notre Dame. But I got to tell you about the whole experience was like, yo, why? But it was a cool story, man.
I did not know that you had wanted to go to state, bro. I did not know.
No, I didn't say state. Now I would have gone. I love state now because I grew up on state. Yeah. And you know what's crazy is when you talk about influence you, you know, I never watched a Division I, you know, game like a Clemson or South Carolina. I didn't watch that. You know, all we had was South Carolina State. You know, every Saturday I'm up in the stadium at South Carolina State. You know, and on Sunday morning I'm watching the Bulldog show. You know,
exactly. That's our ritual.
That's all I knew.
That's all we
knew. That's all I knew. I didn't know anything about any other football until, man, I went on my visits, KJ. So it was a whole, that's why I said it just opened the door to so many experiences, man, when I got a chance to go on those visits and just see how schools operate and, you know, what they can do for you. And so it was the right decision.
Man, that's great, man. So who was the guys that took you under the wing as soon as you got to Notre Dame, man?
Wow, man. At Notre Dame, man, crazy. One of my linebackers, Bobby Howard, he was my host, man, and we're still friends to this day, you know. And he basically took me on his wing, showed me the way. At the time, Jarius Jackson, he was our quarterback. You know,
rest in peace, man. Yeah.
Yeah, Jarius, he good, but
okay.
He you know, he talked to me, you know, and brought me in at the time, you know, and I had, you know, Ivory Covington, Allen Robinson was there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, a lot of pro guys were there at that time, who just all of them kind of just took me under their wing, man. So it was just a great experience.
Cool, man. Well, I got some highlights, man, for you, man.
Highlights, man. What kind of highlights, man?
All right, man. Let's check it out real quick. 1 second, okay? Where you at? Right here. All right, man. That was your senior season, man.
Yeah, took you
Man,
back.
that's
What you
crazy,
want to
man.
ask him, man?
That brought back a lot of memories,
position.
man. And you can tell that was old school. You know, old school film, you got to show the play twice.
Make sure they see it from different angles, you know?
Hey, man, that's crazy. So I appreciate you sharing that, man. I hadn't seen that in a long time.
I know,
Yeah,
man.
a long time, man. So that was cool, man. Brought back a lot of feelings, man. Just seeing that film, you know, what was so powerful, man, about Notre Dame was that, you know, every week, you know, I was somewhere in I was in California, you know, I was in, you know, down south, you know, I was in the West, I was at Michigan, you know, it was crazy. Tennessee, you know, it was just crazy week in and week out, man. And, you know, every game was sold out, man. And so it's like an experience you can't describe it, man. You know, when you called me and I was thinking about it, I was like, man, you know, after looking at it, you know, just thinking about my career, you know, I was like Notre Dame, if you had to compare it to something, you know, everything is first class. You know what I'm saying? They do everything first class. So it would be like a Disney World, man. They had everything, man, you wanted, you know, and did it the right way. So
that's what's up.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity.
That's what's up, man. What's ironic is that Clemson and Notre Dame always end up in the playoff against each other right now.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
That's another recruiting battle. So we got both. We got one Clemson DB on, and we got one Notre Dame DB on. So, hey, congratulations, all from Orangeburg, South Carolina. You understand?
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I've been not feeling well in those games lately, but you know, I appreciate the matchups, and we come to compete every chance we get, man. Every chance we get.
Yes, sir. So you left Notre Dame, you played in a couple bowl games, and went to the NFL, went as a free agent to the Carolina Panthers. Talk about that experience, your dream coming true finally.
Wow, man. You know, well, just the whole experience was, you know, crazy, man. Just being, you know, going through the, you know, the workouts and all that type stuff, man. It was a really great experience, but it really just came down to Atlanta and Carolina, and for teams that were willing to bring me in because I was an undrafted free agent, you know. And so I was like, man, okay. And so Carolina just gave me more money, you know. So it was an easier decision, and plus, you know, it was the home team, you know. So got a chance to come in my rookie year for Carolina, and it was good because a lot of my family and a lot of my friends, you know, came to see me play. It's crazy because I still see Coach Norman waving at me, man. Coach Norman, rest in peace, Coach Norman. Coach. Waving at me at the game, you know. So that was real cool, you know, especially when I see family and friends at the game. Yeah.
Coach Norman used to talk about you a lot after you left OW, man. You know, you impacted him too. Yeah.
Oh, that's
very
cool.
Very proud. I'm about to see my boy play this weekend. He used to always say that. I'm about to see my boy play this weekend. You know how he talk.
Yeah, we had some funny coaches, man. I never forget Coach Norman. We had some funny coaches, but man, Carolina, it was cool coming home playing for my home team.
Yep. So he was coaching me in baseball. He used to talk about you. But talk about leaving Carolina, then going to New Orleans. Like, that's a big difference right there. And you're in the same division, NFC South. So what was up with that?
Man, let me tell you, it's a crazy story, you know, because you never know what life's going to take you. But, you know, at Carolina, I had a few good years where, you know, I was injury free. And then coming in, I think my third year, I got injured.
Yep.
And so after, you know, getting injured, it was kind of tough to as far as coming back, you know.
Yeah.
So eventually I got released from Carolina. And after I got released from Carolina, man, I had to go over to NFL Europe and play.
Word.
Yeah. So another great experience because you get a chance to see the world. So
yep.
I saw the world, man, over in Europe, and then I had to bust my butt in camp when we came back to the States, and New Orleans picked me up. And so I had a chance to go down to New Orleans, man, and hang out, and that was another great experience too. You know, being out in New Orleans and just experiencing that culture, and just seeing how the fans are. You know, New Orleans has some of the best fans in the NFL. You know, they're going to come out, they're going to support. You know, and just seeing that environment, you know, it was a treat every week.
Cool. Now KJ said he played Arena League. I don't know. Y'all probably played against each other. I'm not sure.
Man,
but, y'all figure it out right here while we live. I mean,
man,
what year did you play Arena League, Deveron?
I played 07. I believe my last one 07.
Okay. KJ, what year did you play Arena League? Can you hear me, KJ? I don't think you can hear me.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, man, I played the Austin Wranglers, man, the Kansas City Brigade, man. So it was it was a good time.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Y'all can hear me?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I played the Austin Wranglers, man, the Kansas City Brigade, man. So,
okay, there's something wrong with this ear. But go ahead, Deveron.
It was a good time. Can you hear me?
You got a delay on this side. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. But just like I said, you played for the Austin Rangers, and this was like in 07, right?
Yeah, this is 07.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so what was that like? Because the field's so short, and the wide receivers get to cheat. They get to go back like 5-6 yards and then run full speed on you, man. Talk about that, man.
I tell you what, it's not easy. You know, it's something you gotta get used to and prepare for it, man. But I had a good time, and actually played with a lot of good guys, man. Who you know, love football, just did, you know, and they kind of got some insight from me of playing in the NFL, which was cool, you know, being an older player. Okay. And so it was kind of cool being there and just having that experience. But, you know, the game is quick. Everything happens fast. You know, you get knocked into that wall, you know, but it's a fun game. I love it. You know, they got a new team here in Charlotte. I think that's starting to take off now. And it's going to I'm definitely going to go check out maybe a game.
Okay, cool, man. So let the people know what you got going on now, man. I mean, I know you right now, you're working as a teacher or administrator at a school, or I'm sorry, a dean. Yeah. Let the people know what you got going on now, bro. Man,
well, you know, since after football, man, I kind of like just talked to friends, you know, about what they felt I was good at, you know, and, you know, one person that stuck me was my mom, and saying that, you know, you've always been good with kids, you know, so I've always, you know, tried to, you know, do football camps or, you know, do things in the community, even when I played, you know, so it was school that, you know, is a place that I felt I needed to be, you know, and so I just wanted to, somehow try to give back to kids who maybe were in my same situation, in order to help them, you know, reach their dream, you know. And so, you know, after I finished playing, I became a head coach at E.E. Waddell High School here in Charlotte. And then it closed down, and then I went over to Harding University, and coached there for 3 years. Then I went over to Independence High School and coached there for a year, 2 years. And then from there, I got into administration, you know, and so I knew I wanted to, you know, hopefully, you know, run a school one day, you know. So I got into administration, and I'm learning the ins and outs and kind of interviewing people and observing people and what they're good at, you know. And so, you know, hopefully, you know, in a few years, you know, I have my own school.
So how did it feel being an administrator, like knowing that your coaches were administrators? Did you feel like you were standing in Coach Norman and Coach Harris' shoes at that time? Like you them?
Yeah, you know, like I just feel like, you know, we're all groomed to do certain things, you know. Yep. And so I think all the experiences you have as a young child, you know, really impact you as an adult. You know, and I'm really seeing that in kids today because I've been in education over a decade now. Yep. You know, and so I'm just seeing how, you know, what happens in your life at a younger age is really going to impact you, you know, down the road. And it definitely showed in my world because, you know, my sister, she became a teacher, you know. Yep. And my brother became a professional athlete, you know, a football player, you know. Yep. And look what I became an educator and a pro football player, you know. And so, and then at high school, guess what? When I'm at the schools now, they say, "Oh man, you the best dressed administrator, you know." And you know who was the best dressed administrator at our school? Coach Norman. Coach Norman. Coach Norman.
So I always that's what coaches do. They replace themselves.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to do as men. We have to replace ourselves. Whatever you experience or whoever impact you, you give them their flowers and also pass that down to the next generation. That's what the show is about.
Yeah. And so that's kind of like what groomed me, you know, and you know, and then Coach Brown, I was a head coach also, you know, in football, you know, wanting to impact young men's lives, you know. So, you know, those are a few people who just, you know, groomed me for where I am today, you know, and I'm just trying to, you know, hopefully inspire some younger folks, man. It's really been great since I've been in a decade. I'm seeing some of my my first year players, you know, becoming dentists, becoming professional speakers, becoming, you know, not doctors, but becoming financial advisors, becoming business owners. You know, I'm starting to see those young kids, man, really do some great things, you know, and it's really makes me proud, you know, that, you know, I was just able to just, you know, touch that kid, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm really getting my flowers now and just seeing those young kids, you know, be successful today, you know, so that's really been impactful for me.
Yep. So KJ, can you hear us now?
I mean, I can hear you out loud and clear now, man. I don't know
what man. So KJ, you played Arena League in 07, right?
Yeah. What year you played?
07.
Played 07 too. I was with the Austin Wranglers and the Kansas City Brigade.
Okay. Well, I was with the Grand Rapids Rampage. So yeah, I probably didn't get it. You played against Grand Rapids Rampage at that time?
I'm trying to remember. I don't know if we played against Grand Rapids. I'm not sure. I know I didn't go up.
But how was arena football compared to NFL? Was it a big difference?
Well, it was basically the NFL is fast on a bigger field, and the arena is like quick on a smaller field. You know, everything happens quick. You know, but the NFL is so much speed, but it kind of resembles the NFL because of the small field. You know, everything still happens so quickly in the arena football. You know, and so then, you know, knocking over that wall is cool also. You know, but hopefully it get better turf or get better fields.
Y'all get the turf burns bad?
Yeah, old school turf burns and you know, you playing on basically concrete, you know?
Strawberry patches, man.
Yeah.
Man, I know that I got hurt, man, taking the showers after that, man, to see white turn red. But what's your message to a kid that's right now in high school, going through the recruiting process and trying to make a decision what's the best fit for them? What's your advice?
For a young kid, man, you know, my advice would be, you know, to number one, just have a plan A, and I think have a plan B, you know. I think that's what you got to really prepare for. You know, I think all the kids, you know, definitely want to go to the NFL, you know, but having a second plan is great because it's not really promised to you, you know, and you know, the numbers are out now, you know, and I knew that in high school, you know, I knew there's a slim chance I would make it to the NFL, you know, and so I had people around me, you know, to really guide me and tell me that, yo, you need to make sure you get your education, you know, and take care of your grades, you know, that's because sometimes, like, we had a lot of talent, but I saw a lot of cats, you know, didn't go to school because of the grades, you know, so that kind of impacted me too through high school, you know, and so I want kids to understand to make sure you take care of your grades, so you have something to fall back on, you know, to fall back on, just in case things don't work out how you would like them to work out, you know?
Right.
Like we all wanted to play in the NFL, you know. I was just lucky, you know what I'm saying? Just lucky to have the opportunity for a short period of time, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the numbers are out. Only 300 players make it to the NFL a year. 300. Wow. Now they say every year 1 million players play football. All right. Out of that 1 million players, man, I think 47,000 get a scholarship, you know, and then from that 47,000, I think only 300 make it to the NFL. You know, I think kids got to just smarten up and just know that, hey, you know, use your talent, of course, to get you into school, to get you a good education, and build on those relationships that you obtain during the way, you know, during the way
there you go.
while you're doing. So I think we need more teaching in that direction and more encouragement and support for our young football players, because some players, I've coached those type of players who they think they're going to the NFL, you know, but I'm like, hey, make sure you're playing, son, taking care of your grades, making sure you can get into school, you know, like I'm kind of giving them the reality check that maybe some parents, you know, don't really know, you know, so I would say that, man. And I did want to share probably one of the most powerful calls I got, Jay, was and KJ, was probably about 10 years ago, man. I was going into a Waffle House, man. Not a Waffle House, the Waffle House.
KJ used to work. KJ used to work for Waffle House. That's crazy to say that.
But you know, my homeboy Pat manages a lot, but
yeah.
A lot of those, man. But yeah, I'm going to Waffle House, man. I love my sausage, egg, and cheese, man. And I got a call one day on my phone, man. And I don't normally answer numbers I don't recognize. So I answered the number, and man, it's my homeboy from middle school, man. I'm not going to say who it is. It's my homeboy from middle school, my best friend, one of my best friends in middle school, right? He calls me. He says, Deveron, he's like, man, I wish I hung out with you more. That's what he said. He's like, man, I wish I hung out with you more. I was like, what are you saying? He was like, man, I am where I am because of the people I hung around. You know what I'm saying? And so my best friend with middle school was calling me from prison. So he was doing a 30-year bid, man, that he had to do. And he realized at that point that it was all because of the people that he hung around. You know, and so, you know, with us as players, you know, Coach Brown, everybody told you about who you hang around and who you associate yourself with. I would definitely tell kids that, you know, because, you know, it's a saying that goes around, you show me your friends and I'll show you your future, you know? So I would like kids to really, you know, grasp on that message, man, and understand that, man, it's really who you associate yourself with. You want to, like, you brothers are positive. You got your suits, you got your clean business look. You know, I'm just proud of you, you know, even stepping forward, having the courage to do something like this, you know, but you got to stick together and just flow with people who like-minded like you know, and going to do positive things, you know. So that's first what I would tell, you know, any kid, you know, make sure you get your circle right, you know.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's right, man.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate all the love and all the support. You like my big bro, always looked up to you. And I thank you for all the words of encouragement this afternoon, bro. From the bottom of my heart.
I appreciate that, Jay, man. It was an honor, man. As an honor, I'm telling you, man, to be on this show, man, because I'm just proud, man. I'm telling you, I'm just proud. I'm proud of you guys, man. So that's what's up. You guys keep going, man. I wish you the best, man. I'm praying for you. And let's take this. Let's take Sports Shop over. You know, let's make it happen. You know,
let's do it, D. We'll call you right after the show, man. We'll talk, man. Let the people know where they can follow you at and where they connect with you. Some of your fans, family members, anybody who want to reach out to Deveron Harper, man.
Hold a second, hey Jay, I'm not an entertainer now. I'm just.
I know. I
don't have all the hashtags. I'm just a family man. I just cooked some dinner, man. Hey, man. I'm not even on the web right now, man. Like all I do is do likes, man. I wish people happy birthday, you know.
Yeah,
But yeah, man. So I'm on I'm on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. Yeah. I'm on Instagram. I don't post anything, but and what else am I on? I think that I'm on LinkedIn. All right, so professional. If you got some business for me,
all the stuff that really matters. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm on LinkedIn, man, and you can always find me on those social media sites. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No problem, man. No problem. All right, man. Well, you guys have just tuned in to another edition of Sports Shop 27. I'm your host, Jermaine, and to my far right, Kevin Johnson, KJ. And we'd like to thank today's special guest, my big bro, one of my mentors growing up in high school, former Notre Dame, Carolina Panther, and New Orleans Saints defensive back, Deveron Harper. We appreciate you coming by, man. You guys make sure you tune into the Sports Shop 27 on YouTube, also Spotify and Deezer. And we'll be also on Facebook Live every week. Tune in, watch the show, comment, and subscribe. All right? Until the next show, wear your mask, be safe, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot, guys.
Start.
All right.
Finish. One love.
There you go.